Hey, you guys, it is I, the Psy, or Silence with a P, but the P is silent. Back with you guys after a long time doing a personal stream here. You guys can always join me right now on Splinterlands TV every Thursday between 8 and 10 Eastern Standard Time. But in the meantime, I've got something that I heard at the latest town hall that has really kind of like set a fire under me and compelled me to actually make this video. And that is talking about the possibility that new reward cards would be soulbound to your account. And I want to give you guys at least 5 good reasons right now on why I think that not only is that a great idea, but it's going to create more engagement for the entire Splinterlands community. So that being said, one of the first things that we always talk about is this going to benefit great big bot farms? And I actually don't think that it is. When you actually think about how many BCX it takes to like max a common card or something like that, and the fact that they're saying that you can only potentially sell these cards once you've achieved max BCX, have you gotten 400 Pelacor Bandit yet? Like, think about how long that we've been playing Splinterlands now, and have you gotten 400 Pelacor Bandit or Conjurers? Have you opened 11 Jin O'Shaughnessy in your life? If you haven't done that, then I mean, you wouldn't be able to theoretically sell any extras. So I think that bot farms, again, are going to be at a significant disadvantage. They're not earning that many chests. They rely on basically getting a whole bunch of small items together, transferring them all to a main account, and then selling them that way. But individually, I don't think that these bot accounts are actually earning that many rewards. It's once you add up the thousands of them that exist that they really start to like benefit. So all that they'd actually be doing is decreasing the amount of rewards that are actually in supply at this point in time and being unable to actually sell them. Now, could they all potentially just burn all the rewards for DEC, tanking DEC? Well, that's something that I'm sure that the devs are going to think of, and maybe they'll either reduce the amount of DEC that these cards can be burned for, or just make the DEC burn value 0. Still have them have like a collection power, but as far as like a DEC burn value, that could be 0, that could be 1, that could be 10% of the value of a normal card. Prevent that from happening. Eventually, sure, there might potentially be someone that gets to 400 BCX. And that brings us to the second point that we can say, which is point number 2, potentially increased prices on these reward cards. So now you have to fully max one of these cards by playing every day and being able to get a 400 BCX Pelacor Conjurer, we'll call it, before you're even able to sell your very first copy. Now, assuming that you're even able to max one of these cards, think about how long that's going to take before even one of them is going to get to market. So after all that time of waiting, that's probably going to put a lot of value on that card because, I mean, there are going to be so few of them that get out of that max BCX kind of like trap to even be released to the public to buy, right? So, I mean, the first few people who do manage to max these BCX, they're going to make those cards are going to be worth a ton because everyone else is going to be trying to now max their cards in order to also be able to sell their extra reward cards, which in turn should make them very valuable. So if people are saying, hey, do whales get an advantage in all of this? I'm going to say the answer is kind of yes and kind of no in the following way. For instance, I'm a champion modern player. Okay, so I always just hit at the very end of the season. I hit champion 3, and then I get demoted all the way back to diamond 3 at the beginning of the next season. So sure, I'm earning some champion rewards seasonally, but I spend most of my time in diamond until the last like 2 or 3 days that are left. And it's only at that point in time that I re-enter champion and start actually earning the amount of RC that I should in order to be able to get diamond chests. So not only that, but when you're opening these chests, sure, you're opening some chests, and there's a high probability of you getting a card, even a legendary card. There's a higher chance of you getting legendary or gold or something like that. But I find at least the amount of reward cards that I'm actually opening is probably about the same. Granted, they're going to be gold foil or something like that, or they might have a higher rarity, but the actual quantity of cards that I'm opening isn't really changing that much. Sure, I'm getting more DE or SPS and stuff like that, but as far as reward cards, they may be better quality, but I don't think that I'm getting any more than I would if I was like in a lower level, for instance, right? So number 3, this actually enables them. The reason why I have these gladiator cards up here is because this is actually going to enable them to make those reward cards a lot more powerful. Since they're soulbound and you can't just instantly go out and buy a maximum BCX, they can go ahead and they can make these reward cards really, really good. There's the potential that you might not even be able to max a reward card. I mean, look at this. I mean, how long have we been able to get Gladius packs? My guild does really good. I've got 1 Fiend of Voxum, right? if I were to go and I would compare that even to, like, say, let's take these gladiators off, like to, again, Jin O'Shaughnessy, right? A reward cards. I don't even know if I've opened 11 of these in my entire life. Like, we might end up at the point when even the best players never actually get to a full BCX Jin O'Shaughnessy before they're actually all gone. As you can see over here, right? We're getting down to the point now when we're running out. So, I mean, they can make them a lot more powerful because of how long it's going to take for us to get there. Like, look, if we were to look at again, let's just say Venari Heatsmith. Look, it's 88.7% printed. You don't have your 400 BCX by the time that hits 100%. You'll never actually be to actually sell any. And that's going to bring us on to point number 4, which is going to be the scarcity that's created by these. If all the bots are just eating them up and everything like that, they're not able to put them onto the market, and we don't end up getting the max BCX, right? Let's say you end up playing and you only reach 300 Venari Heatsmith in your entire time that these reward cards are out before there's eventually 100% that they're printed. Say no one gets to 400 BCX. There might not ever be a 400 BCX or a max level copy of Venari Heatsmith or Jin O'Shaughnessy that ever even exists before these cards are printed out. That hand in hand with, along with the cards being more powerful, is going to bring us to point 5, which is creating more engagement. If you can only get these cards from them being soulbound, and you can only get them in reward chests, then that's going to basically make you want to play more, because you're not going to want to skip a day. You're going to want to continue to get those rewards, so that eventually you're going to have your max level BCX card, be able to either sell the extras or be able to have like a great card like these gladiator cards, right? So I feel like this is going to be great all around. It's going to create more engagement. It's going to create higher prices, if they're even available for sale, because it's going to create more scarcity. I mean, it's not going to be good for the bots, especially if you reduce the DEC burn value. And I mean, the cards can be a lot more powerful, which will make it more exciting and will actually make it more of an accomplishment to level up your cards. I mean, how many times do you go in here and do you know how excited I was when I managed to 3-star this Arella Abaddon? This was something that I like celebrated. I was like, I finally made it there. I've got a 3-star Arella Abaddon, because it's not something I could just buy my way into. So I think that that's going to create a lot of like excitement in the game again. When you're opening your rewards, they're actually going to mean something. They're not just going to mean, oh, this is worth a penny or something. It's going to mean, oh my gosh, I actually went ahead. I got my 14th copy of that rare that I've been working towards, and I now have a level 3, which is going to give me a significant advantage. So that's why I think that this is going to be great for the community, for like the value of the cards. It's going to create more engagement. It's going to be great all around. So I'm glad that you guys were here tuning in with me again. I know it's been a long time since I put out a video on my personal page. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, give me a like, share, subscribe, whatever you're supposed to do these days. I'm still not that great with this stuff, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. And until next time, my friends, this is I the Psy. Hopefully I meet you guys on Splinterlands TV. Until then, this is I the Psy signing off. See y'all next time. Take care, my friends.